In Texas, the land isn't just dirt and rock, it's power. And power always comes with a price. Dark music hums under the words. The screen flashes with quick, faceless images, oil pumping in the dead of night, headlights cutting across an empty road, the silhouette of a lone figure standing against a stormy sky. A thunderclap rolls as the words echo into silence. The camera drifts slowly across vast Texas plains, golden light spilling over endless oil fields. The sound of machinery grinds faintly in the distance, like the heartbeat of the land itself. The narrator's voice cuts in, low and steady. Season 1 pulled us into a world fueled by oil and ambition. A world where deals are sealed not just with contracts, but with trust and betrayal. It showed us how far people will go to claim a piece of the land. And how dangerous it is when greed runs deeper than the wells themselves. The visuals shift. We see shadows of men and women in sharp suits gathered around a boardroom table, their faces blurred by the glow of city lights outside. A pen hovers over a contract, a hand hesitates, a glance is exchanged. The tension is silent, but it's heavy, almost alive. Every barrel, every acre, every handshake carried weight. Families stood divided, friendships burned, and at the center of it all, the land kept pulling everyone in, like a magnet no one could resist. The music grows darker, as if foreshadowing storms to come. The visuals switch to a montage of oil rigs at sunset, pumping relentlessly. A lonely road sign rattles in the wind. The faint reflection of flames flickers in someone's eyes. But that was only the beginning, because in the world of oil, there is no finish line. Only the next deal, the next fight, the next empire waiting to rise. The screen fades to black for a brief second, the sound of a drilling rig echoing like a drumbeat. The narrator's tone deepens, and now the fight is about to return. The black screen fades into a close-up shot of oil bubbling out of the earth. It's thick, dark, and heavy, like liquid gold but carrying the weight of danger. The narrator's voice cuts through the sound, calm but sharp like a warning. This season, the stakes climb higher than ever. New players arrive at the table. And they're hungry. Hungry for power. Hungry for land. Hungry for control. The visuals shift rapidly. A convoy of black SUVs moves down a dusty back road, sunlight flashing off their windows. A tall building rises in the distance, glass walls hiding the deals happening inside. A drilling site glows under harsh floodlights, workers moving quickly. Their shadows long and restless. The oil fields don't just belong to those who dig deep enough. They belong to those who are willing to risk everything: money, loyalty, even blood to keep their claim alive. A quick cut shows hands exchanging a briefcase. Another flashes to a group of men shaking hands, their smiles tight, their eyes sharp. The music swells with a heavy drumbeat, faster, more urgent. New alliances will be made. But in this world, every ally can become an enemy with a single deal. Every signature hides a knife waiting to strike. The montage grows quicker now. A woman slamming a file down onto a polished desk, oil rigs lit against a blood-red sunset, a man standing on a balcony, watching the city with a glass of whiskey in hand. An argument in the shadows, lips moving, fists clenching. But no words are heard. The narrator's voice lowers, almost whispering, drawing the viewer in. Season 2 is not just about drilling deeper into the earth. It's about drilling deeper into the soul. And not everyone will survive what they find there. Suddenly, the visuals cut to black, but the sound of heavy footsteps echoes in the dark. The music slows, a deep bass vibrating like a warning. Then, a single line, clear and sharp. The fight for the land has only just begun. The screen flashes with a single shot. A massive oil rig at night, its steel frame outlined in firelight, glowing like a beacon in the darkness. The screen snaps to life with a sudden crash of thunder. A storm rolls over endless oil fields, lightning splitting the dark Texas sky. The narrator's voice returns, deeper now, charged with urgency. Every deal comes with a cost. And in Season 2, the price of power is higher than ever. The visuals accelerate. A flicker of an elevator door closing, A briefcase snapping shut. A single contract sliding across a long oak table. The camera zooms in on the pen hovering over the signature line, but the ink never touches the paper. The moment freezes. The beat of the music grows faster, like a racing heart. Each image flashes quicker than the last. Two men shouting at each other in a dimly lit office, their words muted but their anger crystal clear. A glass shattering on the floor, liquid spreading like a pool of blood. A woman staring out of a car window, her reflection sharp and cold against the glass. A shadowy figure leaning against a truck in the dead of night, smoke drifting in the air. In this world, every handshake hides a dagger. Every smile masks a secret, and every friend can become an enemy with just one choice. The montage grows harsher. A drilling machine roars as fire bursts in the background. The flash of a gun barrel, not fired, but threatening. A hand grips the edge of a desk until the knuckles turn white. Somewhere in the silence, the faint sound of a phone buzzing on a table unanswered. Loyalty will be tested. Lines will be crossed. And the land will demand its sacrifice. The visuals whip by now like lightning, oil spilling over rough hands. Dripping like ink, a group of men walking away from an explosion in the distance. Eyes locking across a crowded room, filled with tension and unspoken threats. A hand slamming a contract shut, papers scattering across the floor. A young worker on the oil field looking up at a storm cloud, his face pale with fear. The narrator's tone sharpens, each word striking. Like a hammer, this isn't just business anymore. This is survival. The music peaks into a pounding rhythm, almost unbearable in its intensity. The screen flashes between quick glimpses of chaos, arguments, fire, steel, storms until finally silence. Everything fades to black. A single sound remains, the slow creak of a pump jack pulling oil from the earth, steady, relentless. Then the voice returns, quiet but deadly clear. The land always takes back what it's owed. The screen explodes into one final shot, an oil rig silhouetted against fire. The sky burning red. The pounding music stops. Silence takes over, heavy and suffocating. The screen is pitch black. For a long moment, nothing moves. Then the faint echo of footsteps, slow, heavy, each step closer than the last. The narrator's voice returns, quieter now, almost a whisper, pulling the audience into the darkness. Not everyone will survive this season. A flash of lightning tears across the screen. For an instant, we see a blurred figure standing alone in the storm. The image vanishes, replaced by total black again. Another image flickers, an oil well erupting, flames licking the night sky. It disappears before we can see more. Another cut to hands locked in a fierce grip, half handshake, half struggle. Another cut, papers burning in a barrel, names disappearing in ash. The narrator's voice hardens, sharper with each word. The land has no mercy. It only takes, and in the end, it will take everything. The screen explodes in a rapid-fire montage, a drilling site consumed by fire, a shadowy dale in a dark hallway, a glass of whiskey dropped, shattering in slow motion, eyes filled with fear. A sudden, violent storm sweeping across the plains. Then silence. The screen fades back to black. Out of the darkness, white letters slowly appear, one word at a time, cinched with the narrator's voice. Landman. A pause. Season 2. The letters burn away into ash, replaced by the series logo, sharp, metallic, glowing faintly like steel under fire. The music returns for one final hit, a cinematic sting that rattles like thunder. The narrator delivers the closing line, steady and commanding. Landman Season 2, coming soon, on screen. Bold text appears. Stream only on platform. Subscribe. Now for updates. The screen fades to black. The only sound left is the deep, rhythmic creak of a pump jack, pulling oil from the earth, echoing into silence.